In this video we're going to show you how to make the finger joint box. So we're going to go to File, New, and we're going to start with a part. Again, just like the other box, what we're going to do is we're going to start on the front plane. You're going to press spacebar and you're going to choose a side. You can either go normal 2 or you can choose a side on the square. So we have our front plane here, and what we're going to do is draw out each of the finger joints. So I'm going to go to Sketch, and I'm going to get the line tool. With the line tool, I'm going to start by drawing 3 straight lines, and then I'm going to get the Smart Dimension. Each of the finger joints is 20 mil, and they're 9 mil in. By putting in smart dimensions already, it just means that now when I come to carry on drawing it, you'll see the blue line will come up, and that just means everything will just be a bit quicker for me. So I can then put these ones at 20, 20, and I've got one side of my finger joints done. What I'm going to do to make it a little bit quicker, I know that the whole line across here is going to be 80, but if I draw it so that I do it at 40 and get the Smart Dimension tool and put in 40, enter, I've then basically got half of my drawing. So if I go down from the line tool, I can choose center line. And I can put in a center line down here, doesn't matter how long. I can then mirror this half onto the other half. So at the top here I've got mirror entities. If I click on mirror entities, at the moment I've got my center line in there, so I'm just going to delete that. In entities to mirror, I want to mirror all of these lines across here, because I want all of them mirrored onto the other side. So I've got all of those lines in there. I then want to double click on this box, and I'm going to choose the center line, and you'll see that that will mirror all of my fingers across to the other side. I can then press tick, and then I can join the two at the bottom, and that should go blue to show that you've got a complete sketch. I'm then going to go to Features, Extrude, and we're going to extrude that by 9 mil again. Enter and tick. I've now got one side of my finger joint. I'm now going to put a housing joint through the bottom here. So just like we did with the half lap, I'm going to press spacebar, and I'm going to zoom in to here. I'm going to sketch a rectangle, use the Smart Dimension, and just like before, that's going to be 4.5, which is halfway across. This one is going to be 6, and it's going to be 10 mil from the bottom. And then I can go to Features, and I'm going to cut out that housing joint by changing blind to through all, and I can tick. If I zoom out, you'll see I've got my housing joint in there. So I can then File, Save As, finger joint 1. I'm aware that on the dialog boxes don't come up on the camera. Right, so I've done my first part. I now need to do exactly the same one, but the other way round. So I'm going to go to File, New, Part, and this time I'm going to draw it so that the fingers are cut in at the top. So I'll choose this side again, front plane again, get the line tool, and just like before, I'm going to put in those dimensions. Can you see it's the other way around now? So it's in first, this one at 9, this one at 20. I can then carry on with the guidance of that blue line. And I know that this one's going to be 40. Smart dimension, 20, 20, and 40. Just like before, I need to put in the centre line from there going up. Then I can choose to mirror entities. I'm going to highlight these ones and that one, and then mirror about, centre line, tick, and then again join that top. And just like before, I'm going to go to Features, Extrude, 9mm, enter, tick. So this is the other way round to the other one. So we have to put the housing joint in the bottom here. Zoom into there, sketch with a rectangle, same dimensions, 4.5, 6, and click these two lines to say they're going to be 10mm apart, enter. I then want to extrude cut this rectangle, so I go to Features, which is where we do all the 3D stuff, extrude cut, and change blind to through all, and tick. And there we go, we have our other part. So File, Save As, finger joint 2, save. We've now got the easy part of drawing the base, so File, New, Part, and we're going to do it from the top plane, spacebar, choose the top. We're then going to draw a square and change both of them to 71 this time. Enter, and we're going to Features, Extrude by 6mm, because we use 6mm MDF. Tick. So I now have all three parts. I'll just save the base as finger joint base. Tick. I can now assemble those three parts. So File, New, Assembly. And you can see I've got them all there because I've got them open. If yours aren't appearing there, make sure you go to Browse. Always bring the base in first. Insert Components, finger joint 1, and I'll put him over there. So if I zoom into that, I can mate. I obviously again want to mate this one with that one. Tick. And I want to mate, I can move him out of the way so I can see, this one with this one, and tick. And you can see that that will slide up and down there. And we'll fix it against the other part. So if I tick to get rid of that, insert components, finger joint 2, that's obviously facing the wrong way. So if I go down from move component, I can rotate component and just make sure. If it's difficult to rotate, you can move the direction and then it'll be easier. So tick, and we're going to then mate the top with this one. Tick. This one with this one. Tick. If I pull that out, I can then see what I'm working with. I want this back one to be in line with the back. Tick. And that's now almost fitted together. I just want to make sure this one is in line with the back of that one. Tick. So I've got those 3 parts all assembled. So I just need to bring in the other parts. So insert components will bring in finger joint 1. This is obviously going to go on that side, so I'm going to rotate that round to make sure it's facing the right way so I don't confuse Solidworks. Tick. And I can mate the top with this one. Tick. You should be starting to get the hang of it now. Tick. If I move this one out, I want this one to be in line with the back. Tick. And I also want this one to be in line with that back. And tick. I've already mated that. So we'll just cross that off. Okay. So just one more to bring in now. Insert component, finger joint 2, I believe. Yeah. Down from move component, rotate component. Tick. Now I want to mate. Again the top with that one. Tick. If you find that your piece kind of goes into the assembly and you can't find anything, you can normally just drag it out and find a way. This one with that one. Tick. And now it will be stuck sliding along there, so we just want to make sure that this one is in line with that one. And tick. Then we have a full finger joint box complete. So we'll just file, make sure that's closed, file, save as, finger joint assembly. And save.